Yes, so in today's class, we'll start with this string functions and function overloading and operator overloading. Function overloading and operator overloading, it is coming under the concept called polymorphism. So we will be covering the polymorphism, that is a last concept of object-oriented programming, right? So we are nearing to the end to complete the C++ chapter. Fine. So we'll start with this. So what is said to be a string? A string is said to be what a collection of characters, or you can say array of characters. If I made a character array, then it is said to be a string. So how can you make a character array? Character array, it is very simple. Character data type and any name, right? And you can give the values, like say for example 100 if you are giving, so it means what 100 characters you can store under the name called you can store under the variable called name, right? So this is said to be the collection of characters, and now if you collect this particular characters, this is said to be a string. Do remember, there is no string data type in your C++ programming. So most of the students, they have written string str and string length. So yeah, so that is not there, please be sure with that. Next is string functions. So what are the different types of string functions which we can use? So before going into that, what is the string actually, right? See, if you see here, a sequence of characters is often referred to as a character, that is said to be a string, right? So in the beginning it will be like this, and at the end it will be slash zero. Slash zero, it is used to terminate the string. So that is said to be what a null character. Now, what is the difference between a character and a string? So, character is nothing but a single character will be stored, that is within in single quotes. If you are storing, that is said to be the character. But a string, it is stored in a double quotes. Like you have to store the string which is enclosed in double quotes, right? So it needs a minimum of 2 bytes, right? Because the collection of characters only you are saying it is a string, right? So if there is only one character, only one alphabet, then by default it will be character. It will go into the character data type. So in character data type, don't enclose that particular value in double quotes. It has to be enclosed in single quotes only, right? This basic mistakes you people have done, so that is why I'm just repeating these basic things. Right now, introduction to the string functions. So the string functions are string length and then string copy, then multiple functions are there. We'll go by one. For all this string functions, you have to include the header file called string.h. So this header file, it is mandatory. Right here, see, this string length function, right? The string length function, it is requiring a parameter. This parameter is nothing but a string. So string, again I'm talking, string is nothing but a character array. So the character array will be having a certain value, right? Certain collection of characters. That particular string length will be calculated with the help of the string length built-in function, right? So the return value of this built-in function is said to be integer, means it will give the number of characters or number of alphabets which is present in this particular string. So that is why the return type is said to be int, right? say suppose say suppose if you are giving, character name of 10 is equals to base college 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So it is consisting of 12 characters. So if I am giving only 10, that means what, it will remove the last two characters, it will not store the last two characters. So maximum, you try to give maximum number of allocations. right? So that it won't be any problem in storing the complete character, right? So if this is the value for this particular name, then if I give string len, if I calculate the string len function, string len of name, right? So the value which will be returned by this particular function is what? 12, because it is having 12 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 characters. Space is also including a particular character. So it will give the total number of characters in the particular variable, right? Now, next function is string copy. So string copy, there are copy in the sense you need to have two different strings, right? So the different strings are what? String 1 and string 2, you can say, right? Source string, the second parameter is said to be the source string, and the first parameter is said to be the destination string. So whatever the value which is present in the source string, that it will be copied as it is to the destination string, provided here the uh, memory size for the both the strings, it should be same, right? Then only it can store the same value into the destination string, right? It is nothing but just taking the copy of a string into another temporary variable, you can say, right? And here this particular function is not returning any value, so there is no need to return any value, right? So that is why the return type is said to be void, like the return type is said to be void, because this particular function is not returning any value. Next we'll move on to the next string functions. String compare. So string compare, if you see, definitely you need two values to compare the things, right? So two values, nothing but string. So two strings. Those two strings will be calculated with the help of the string compare function. Say suppose character name of 10 equals to character name 1 of 10 equals to, right? So these two, if you see name and name 1, these two are different variables, different strings, right? Name 1 is having space in capital letter, name also it's having, name is also having space, and name 1 is also having space, but the case, if you see, it is all different, right? So when you use this string compare function, strcmp of name comma name 1, right? If you use the cmp function, it will compare the ASCII values of the characters. It will compare the ASCII values of this characters name and name 1, right? Then it will find out the uh, return value of this particular function, right? So the return value is said to be an integer. Why it is said to be integer? The ASCII value of name will be subtracted by with the ASCII value of name 1. The total ASCII value of name will be subtracted with the total ASCII value of name 1, right? So it will give a integer value if this particular function is returning the positive value. I repeat, if this string compare function, if it is returning a positive value, that means what? Name 1 is greater than this name, sorry, name is greater than this name 1. If this string compare function returns a negative value, that means name 1 is greater than this name. If both are equal, that means what? The return values equals to 0. Means when you are subtracting the ASCII values, if it is 0, that means what? Both are equal. So the ASCII values are equal means what? The case is said to be equal, right? So next is what? String concatenation. It concatenates the two strings. So string 1 and string 2, it will be concatenated, right? Means combined. It will be combined together and it will be stored in the string 1. So these two, these two will get combined, and the result will be stored, and the result will be stored in the string one, right? So in this way, this concatenate function will work. Concatenate, it's joining the strings, right? See here, you can see a simple program, right, which we have already discussed in our 11th standard, but still I'm just repeating it. Hello world, there are three different strings, and then string copy str3 comma str1. So str3 comma str1. So in this, what will happen? In this, what will happen? String one value hello will be copied to string 3. If you display string 3, hello will be displayed, right? And then string concatenate string 1 comma string 2. String 1 comma string 2, hello plus world. It will be combined together and it will be stored in str1, right? If you display str1, it will be displayed hello world, because hello will become hello world now. And len is equals to str len of str1. So str1 ka length, it is nothing but hello word, right? So here actually there is no space in between, right? So it will be clubbed together, and it will be joined without space, right? Fine. So now there was one program I found that I need to teach here, how to take the input, string input, how to take the string input. So most of the students, they used for loop. That's not the right way to take it. So you can initialize a character array, cout, enter the name, cin. Cin is said to be a function, right? In this, you are taking a built-in function called getLine, cin.getLine, right? So this getLine function, which is having two parameters, one is the variable is name, and next one is the maximum number of characters. Say suppose 80 characters you need to take it, or 100 characters you need to take it, right? Or 70 characters you need to take it. So depending upon the question, right, you need to write it here. Say suppose if I'm saying 50, so 50 characters, maximum 50 characters. It is not less necessary that you have to take 50 characters. It's like a maximum number of characters. It is depending upon how much you are entering, that is fine, right? But the maximum number of characters at one go, it will be taken, and that particular string will be stored in the variable called name, and that name is nothing but a string, that is character array, that is string, right? So in this way you need to take the string, you have to take the input string, right? Then followed by, you can take you can calculate the length, right? Say suppose int length is equals to strlen of name. So you will be getting the length of the particular string, right? So then you can use a for loop, int I, for I is equals to, you can start from 0, I is less than or equals to less than len I plus plus. Now you can use if to compare the character. If name of I double equals to single quotes and capital J. In the question it is mentioned capital J, so you need to mention capital J only. Most of the students, they have written capital J or small j. Capital J, if it is mentioned clearly, then you have to use capital J only. If you are mixing both, that means your program will not give the proper output. So then you can use a variable count to count the number of occurrences. So if this is equals, then you can increment the count variable. So count is equals to count plus 1. Then you can display the number of occurrences as count. So this is very simple program. So most of the students, they used functions and they used classes. I don't know why you are written classes and why you are written functions when it is not asked anything in the question, right? Don't no need to write anything. If they are asked only simple C++ program, then try to write only simple C++ program. No need to write the classes, no need to write the functions. Yes, but if they are asked, if they have specified the function name, say suppose in the second program has specified the function name and the parameter, so that it has to be written as it is. Okay, and even in that program also, some students, they have written the function name, and function name and as well as the variable name, mostly you have used same. That has to be rectified, right? If you want, you can note down this program. Then we'll move on to the next concept.